Hello everyone, this is the 10-minute guide on how to double your company's output next quarter. Maybe you know this feeling. It feels like there's so many things to do, all the people running in circles doing different things, and there's no clear direction. If you bring in this direction, you have the chance to make structured progress towards your goals and double the output of your company in the next quarter. So what we are looking for is we're going to set focus, create alignment in the team, and make structured progress towards our goals by using the OKR framework, objectives and key results. This framework closes the gap between your strategy and the execution. If I look back at how we did it at my company, in the past, the first obstacle was we never had this goal where we want to make the progress to. Everyone was doing whatever they felt best, right? Sales was doing sales, HR was doing HR, right? Other people were doing the other things, but there was not a system that aligns everybody and makes it transparent about where we want to go and whether we're making progress or running in the wrong direction. And I think this is the thing that really changed it for us, for my company in this case. The moment we had this goal, we were thinking about how can we actually get there. With the OKR framework, you have the chance to create a rhythm for this progress. And in the beginning of the quarter, you can sit down, there's a meeting called the target setting, and then you think about where we are right now, where we want to go, and what's the next most important step. You set this one as an objective, and then create some specific key results that are measurable to measure the progress. And you share this with the whole company, you make it transparent for everyone to help you working towards this, to make more progress than you could ever do on your own alone.
And the OKR meeting cycle, right? It's a very well-defined structure for your meetings, holds everyone accountable. Right? There's a weekly meeting where you talk it through every week where you are, with progress that you made, and if there are any blockers. There's a monthly meeting, right? Where you talk about the projection and identify blockers and narrow down the progress that you made. And at the end of the quarter, you have another one, which is the review and retrospective. And this one is a great one because everyone is presenting their results, you're celebrating the success together and make the progress that you made visible for the whole company. And this is just one cycle over 1 quarter, 3 months, and then you start all over again with the next quarter and the next target setting.
So this is something you do in addition to the daily business, right? Sure, everyone in sales should close deals, right? Everybody in HR should care for the team in the company or hire new people, right? Marketing should always come up with new campaigns and optimize them, optimize conversion rates. And maybe optimizing these conversion rates, for example, is something that you want to do in this quarter and set focus on. And you could have done this in the past as well, but by setting focus for this quarter on just 3 things, for example, that are the main objectives that you want to move forward, you see you don't making progress a little bit everywhere and it's not visible. You're focusing on this 1, 2, 3 things, the big objectives, and at the end of the quarter, the progress is made visible. And as you know, progress equals happiness. So this is something that makes you feel, hey, I'm moving the needle. We are actually getting this done. It creates this unique spirit in the team that you actually can do this because the progress is made visible. And that's one of the huge superpowers of these frameworks. And I think it's not that important which framework you pick. There are a lot of good frameworks, right? There's the EOS, the Entrepreneur's Operating System, there is OKR, Objectives and Key Results, there's the Getting Things Done framework, maybe many great out there. But more important than choosing the right one is choosing one and executing it on a consistent basis, because consistency is the keys to success. And if you try to reinvent the wheel every quarter, you will end up nowhere. If you follow a progress and make this progress visible to the whole company, it feels like, hey, we are on the right track, and everybody likes to be on the right track. Great theory, David, but how does this look like in reality? I give you some examples, some things we already did, right? So what we did is, for example, we set one objective a couple of years ago to build a rockstar new business sales team. And this was an objective because we knew that part of our growth engine that we needed to bring the company from here to there where we wanted to go was building the sales team. And this is the objective, something you can really imagine and see, hey, I have a rockstar sales team, right? And this brings the company forward. And then you set some specific key results. For example, one key result could be hire 3 sales reps till the 31st of March, right? Another key result could be develop the playbook on how they will get successful, right? And document it in a Google Doc, for example. And the third one could be measure the results so that you see how many calls have they made, how many emails have they sent, and if there are new sales opportunities created, and for example, set a goal of 10, 20, 30, whatever feels good to you, and then you can see whether we made progress. And even if you end up with just 70% of this, you made progress in the right direction, and that's what it's all about. It's not about hitting every goal by 150%, it's about continuously making progress in the right direction. So how to get started on this one? I know it's a huge framework. People spend hours, days, and tons of money on coaching and everything to get this done. I think it's more important to decide that you're going to do this and test it in a small group of people, for example, your team leads, or if you have a company with just 5 or 10 people, ask everyone who would be open for this, define the group, optimize it a little bit so that you find your rhythm, and then roll it out for the whole company once you get successful. So what we did, for example, is we started with the team leads and then involved the whole company around it once we have been certain that this is a really good thing to do. The original theory is from Andy Grove, a really great founder. I think he was the one that moved Intel from A to B, right? So look him up, great guy, a lot of learnings here. But one book that I really recommend is from John Durr, Measure What Matters. Get this one, get it started, and then find your own way. Maybe not buy like tens of tools for it in the beginning, just use a Google spreadsheet that everybody can access to so people can see it. Don't overcomplicate it. Set your 3 objectives or start with 1. Define the key results and then use this for 1 quarter and make progress. And once you got the feeling, this is something where the party really starts and where it gets really exciting. Alright David, great theory, but what about the math? You promised like doubling the output. You know it. If you remember your day, sometimes you have done less, but you worked on the really important things and it felt like great progress, and you would say, hey, today I created a great output. And what we're going to do here is leveraging the team and all the great people in your company, and maybe external people as well, to create a better output and making structured progress from quarter to quarter to quarter to quarter, so that you end up at the end of the year having the feeling that you really moved the needle. So if you yourself can invest about 10 hours a month on the biggest obstacles of your company, moving your objectives forward, it's just 10 hours. But if you involve, let's say, 10 people of your team and everybody invests just 10% of their time, it's 160 hours worked on making progress towards your biggest objectives. And this has a big chance to at least double the output. Because let's define output as making progress on your company's key objectives. And by aligning the team, by setting the focus, you can actually move the needle better together. So what if you are alone and this is just you, right? So I'm using the OKR framework for my private OKRs as well. So for my private life, about health, family, finances, for example, and by consciously deciding on those 3 key objectives and holding yourself accountable, measuring the progress, you are moving the needle here as well, and don't have to overthink it and think up about what did I want to do this year? What was the most important thing about this quarter? You have it planned out, you can look at it, you can measure the progress, and this is something that really makes you happy at the end of the quarter if you see that you actually moved the needle forward there as well. So now I'm really interested in what are your best frameworks and tools and where you maybe struggle the most. Let me know in the comments below and maybe we create another video about that. We even did it under 10 minutes, so maybe there's some time left. Watch the next video.